Thank you so very much, Maharishi, for these beautiful, very compassionate and lucid remarks today. As Maharishi said, bliss is not difficult. It only takes a few minutes to locate a chair and experience the bliss of unbounded awareness with Maharishi's Transcendental Meditation program. Invincibility for a country is a matter of days, just a matter of organizing and training groups of peace-promoting experts. So the world is poised for a complete transformation. Maharishi is compassionately offering that scientifically proven knowledge, and the only scientifically proven knowledge that has the capacity to bring peace and to transform civilization quickly, easily, and delightfully. Maharishi, this week and next week, much of the world is moving towards a holiday time of celebration of Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. The hubbub of politics in Washington, D.C. has settled down with Congress gone, and the international diplomatic community also leaving to go home to their countries to celebrate a period of rest and of peace. And the questions this week are focusing on deeper issues of enlightenment, of God realization, and of prayer. The first question is a follow-up of Maharishi's remark of last week about desire. Maharishi has said that the ability to fulfill one's desires is the key to living an invincible life. Maharishi explained that when a desire is consciously created at the source of thought, the ocean of consciousness, then that desire will be fulfilled because it has the support of all the laws of nature. Maharishi, what kind of desire will be created from the source of thought? Will it be an individual's desire or God's desire?
Every desire is for some fulfillment. So, on the source of desire is the ocean, like an ocean rising up in a wave. The wave may be rising, but not knowing that the point of rising itself is the source, is the goal of it. When the wave settles down, then it is ocean. When it rises into something, then it becomes isolated and it comes in space and time. And when it sinks, it goes beyond boundaries, beyond space and time. And always because the essential nature of life is unbounded, infinity, all possibility, which is unified field. And therefore, this silence at the source of thought, if that is open to our awareness, then our awareness is the field of all possibility. Yes, that is education. That is education. You train the mind to think anything, but consciously at the source of thought. Now, to distinguish it, we should say, the thoughts arise as the winds of the environment. Something happening here, the senses, the eye see this and speech speaks this and touches this, is something on the surface. And in this, the thoughts float from one area of surface to the other area of surface. This is life of the sensory perception. And when one transcends, then one gets to the source of all thoughts, source of all seeing is in that field which is the basis of all, the source of thought, the source of hearing, the source of touch, the source of all the five senses. And that is within everyone. That is within everyone. This is education. Whatever we want in the field of vision, get to the source of thought from where the vision begins, and then you will be able to see anything within yourself. If you want to speak something, then you get to the transcendental field, and your source of thought, will consciously give you a, what you call it, a springboard, which will be supported by all the laws of nature. Supported by all the laws of nature. That is education. That is Vedic education, from where you can have what you want within yourself. That means you can have everything at the source of everything, that is in your own transcendental consciousness, the field of all knowledge, all possibilities, all intelligence, the field of sovereignty, the field of invincibility. That is our achievement in all these 30, 40, 50 years of the world. We have tried here and there and there and there and there, and now we have come to a level that is very, very easy and natural, very, very easy, natural and definite, that the conscious mind could be thinking consciously at the source of thought, transcendental field of life. Transcendental field of life is the field of the Veda. What is Veda? Veda, in this regard, we can define to be the constitution of the universe. Laws of nature that conduct nature. That conduct nature means all the galactic universe, here, there, everywhere, all these specimen of days and nights and move and non-move, all that is there in an unmanifest manner. All the yoga, all the samadhi, all transcendental consciousness, they are all synonymous words. They mean the same thing. So in our Vedic university that we are floating, or call it this University of Peace, or call it Vedic University, the whole thing is in opening the source of thought, the transcendental consciousness, the field of Atma, the field of the unified field, to our single awareness. Open it to awareness. And then we have got the master key to all knowledge. We will be able to do anything. The Vedic ordainment for doing is yogastha kuru karmani. That means established in the state of unity, established in unified field, you perform action. And when you are established in the unified field, then your performing action is the performance of the unified field. Performance of the unified field is the expression of the whole creation. Infinite number of suns and galaxies and this and the huge, enormous, ever-expanding universe You are there as the initiator, as the silent doer of the whole universal administration, silent doer of the universal administration, silent doer. That means you don't do, but what happens is administration of the universe. This is education, this is education, this is education. This is education. We want everyone in the world, we want every nation in the world to be that fortunate, to have that custody of the tremendously powerful, invincible field of total knowledge, which is silently administering the universe, silently administering life of everywhere. Silently, automatically, simply, naturally achieving all that one could ever want to achieve. This is education. This is Vedic education. Vedic education is education of total knowledge. It's very good to declare to the world that it's a chance for every nation to rise to invincibility, the chance for every nation, for every government to be fully fulfilling their parental role for their people, and all these prisons and jails and punishment, they should not be there. No parents would like to punish their children when they make a mistake. Then the parents know, oh, mother has not told him there. She has not told him to not to put the finger on the fire. Then the children put the finger on the fire and burn and cry. Education, education. Very beautiful education. And don't worry what we call that education to be. That education has been sung throughout the ages. Prayers have been sung throughout the ages. Worships have been sung throughout the ages. All kinds of gross and subtle practices, devotional practices, songs, melodies, all these beautiful expressions of the man rising to divinity, humanity rising to divinity. It has been there all the time, and now it is so simply available, so simply available. It's so simply available. Make hay when the sun shines. We are going to do some what we call it. This is also in every religion, these mass prayers, big meetings. They meet on Fridays in the mosques or churches, Sundays, and all the collective meditation. And like that, collective flying. Collective flying is something which has produced its effects. So the collective prayer, collective asking, collective devotional practices, collective things. People are there, preachers are there in every religion. They teach to their people whatever is their understanding about their holy text. The people are teaching everyone. But the same thing, what is especially in our message is the practical experience of that and transformation of the atmosphere, transformation of the quality of the atmosphere through these collective meditations. It's very parental for every government to have this total knowledge in their schools, colleges, universities, and in their departments of defense and departments of economy and departments of politics, whatever. The main thing is conscious awareness of the totality of the constitution of the universe, totality of natural law, which is so simple through this program of what Dr. Hagelin has started to call peace government. Peace government. Because to bring fulfillment to millions of the desires of the people, just listen to this, to bring fulfillment to the millions of desires of the people, or billions of desires of the millions of people. Education. And education should be experience of the self primarily. And once the experience of the self is there, the child will succeed in anything that he would want to do, whatever. Because natural law will do all that he can do. Everything will be done by thought process. This is the brilliance of Vedic education, the education of total natural law. Simply spoken, total natural law, the education of how to use silence to command infinite dynamism. This is the technology of it. The technology of commanding infinite field of dynamism is from the level of silence, because silence is transcendental. Silence is transcendental. It's not limited in this space and time limitations. Education. How soon we would want our children everywhere in every country to get into this total knowledge. Parents will be fortunate to give children total knowledge, and don't deprive them of total knowledge, which is their birthright.